Hello and welcome to DVB English News. I'm Joe. In this week's headlines, Brotherhood Alliance reaffirms commitment to end dictatorship, despite China brokered talks with the military. More than 200,000 Arakan State residents in need of assistance. Another 400 Rohingya refugees land in Indonesia. The Brotherhood Alliance stated on December 12th that it will continue fighting to end military dictatorship in Myanmar. Its members, the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, the Daang National Liberation Army, and the Arakan Army attended China-brokered talks with the military on December 11th. Regime spokesperson Zaw Min Dun stated that there will be a second meeting at the end of the month. He didn't state when or where the first meeting took place, nor what was discussed at the meeting. Jason Tower is the country director for the Burma program at the U.S. Institute for Peace.
The Myanmar military is in weaker position than just a few weeks ago, and it's really in the midst of an existential crisis where it's on a daily basis seeing more and more territory lost, more and more troops lost, and really has no clear pathway towards reversing this state of affairs.
That was Jason Tower, the country director for the Burma program at the U.S. Institute for Peace. Since October 27th, resistance forces nationwide have seized over 200 military bases and 20 towns from the military. An aid group in Arakan State said the number of internally displaced persons, or IDPs, has reached over 200,000. This excludes the 142,000 stateless Rohingya IDPs. All are in need of immediate assistance as fighting between the Arakan Army and the military restarted on November 13th, after a year-long informal ceasefire. Meredith Bunn is the director of Skills for Humanity, a group providing aid to civilians across Myanmar.
When it comes to the military, the junta, they specifically target civilians and IDPs. More recently, they've been targeting civilians in a very drastic and desperate manner to the point where it draws countering forces backwards to try and protect the civilians. So the need of people of IDPs have grown almost to 3 million people.
That was Meredith Bunn, the director of Skills for Humanity. The UN states that approximately 110,000 people have become IDPs during the first week of December in Karen, Karenni, Arakan, Shan, Sagaing, Magway, and Bago. The number of IDPs in Myanmar now exceeds 2 million. An estimated 400 Rohingya arrived in Indonesia's Aceh province on Sunday, confirmed the chief of a fishing village. The UN stated that 1,200 Rohingya have landed on the shores of Indonesia since November, with an unknown number of boats being pushed back to sea by locals. Fortify Rights Director John Quinley condemned the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, for violating international law by allowing boats to be pushed back.
It's a shameful policy that ASEAN has on boats that are adrift in the Andaman Sea. You know, ASEAN has had a policy of pushing back boats for many years, since I've been working on the issue for almost 10 years now. They don't allow boats to disembark. If boats do disembark, they detain refugees for indefinite periods of time.
That was John Quinley, the director of Fortify Rights. The Rohingya refugees have been met with increasing hostility from locals in Aceh. Indonesian media reported that 135 new arrivals have been relocated to the provincial governor's office due to a protest. And that's all for this week's headlines. I'm Joe. The weekly briefing will be back again in the new year on January 5th. Stay tuned to DVB English News on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Follow us on Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, or YouTube Music. We are available wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.